Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract incredible opportunities, while others live trapped in repetitive cycles of scarcity, pain, and frustration? Have you ever had the feeling that there is something bigger operating behind the scenes of your life? Something that responds to your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy? Imagine this. A woman diagnosed with an incurable disease visualizes every day, with real emotion, her body completely healed. She feels gratitude in advance even before any physical evidence. 6 months later, she goes back to the doctor and her scan is clean. Miracle? Coincidence? Or is there something more? What if I told you that there is a science behind what many call the law of attraction? And that yes, it is possible to manifest a new reality, not just with desire, but with clear intention, heightened emotion, and enough neural repetition to program the body for a new destiny. The truth is that we are constantly creating, consciously or unconsciously. Our mind is like a projector that transforms internal images into external experiences. But here's the rub. If you're not consciously programming your mind, your past is doing it for you. In this video, we go beyond mysticism and reveal how neuroscience, epigenetics, and quantum physics validate manifestation processes. You'll understand how your thoughts generate electromagnetic waves, how your emotions condition the body, and how this invisible field around you responds to your internal state. This is not a video about blind belief. It's about taking responsibility for what you emit and therefore what you attract. Get ready to deconstruct old beliefs, access the field of infinite possibilities, and take the first step towards a new you. Because deep down, you didn't just come to survive. You came to co-create. And the journey begins here. Have you ever heard that thought becomes thing? That you attract what you vibrate? These phrases, so common in spiritual circles, are now being confirmed by impressive scientific findings. Yes, science has finally started to catch up with what mystics have known for millennia. Your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, shapes your outer world. In this video, you'll understand the scientific method behind visualization and manifestation. We'll explore how your brain can't tell the difference between something you experience and something you intensely imagine with emotion. And what does that mean? It means that when you visualize clearly and feel truthfully, you are literally programming your body and your environment for a new reality. Here, we're not talking about magic, but neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to remodel itself based on experience and repetition. We'll also show how epigenetics proves that your genes are not a fixed destiny, but a response to the environment you create internally. And with quantum physics, we'll understand that everything is energy, including your thoughts, and that the field around you responds to the frequency you emit. The purpose of this video is not just to inspire you, but to give you a new paradigm. One in which you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the creator of your own life. One in which you understand that true transformation begins when you train your brain and teach your body to live as if the future had already happened. By the end of this video, you will have clarity on how to use visualization, emotion, and intention consciously. You'll understand why so many people fail when trying to use the law of attraction, and more importantly, how to align thought, feeling, and action to finally manifest the life you want to live. Get ready to turn knowing into knowing how, because knowledge without application is just information. Applied with awareness, it becomes liberation. Let me ask you a question. Are you thinking the same as you did yesterday? Are you feeling the same as you did yesterday? Are you making the same choices? If so, then you're probably creating the same experiences, even if you want something different. Why is that? Because your body has become your mind. Most people live in a cycle in which repetitive thoughts generate the same feelings, which, in turn, feed the same thoughts. This cycle generates an electromagnetic signature, an energy pattern, that communicates with the quantum field, the invisible field that contains all possibilities. And here's the key. You can only attract a new reality when you send a new signal to the field. But how do you change that signal? The answer lies in creative visualization combined with heightened emotions. When you visualize a scene of your desired future, in great detail with love, joy, gratitude, and enthusiasm, your brain starts firing the same circuits as if it were already happening. It doesn't distinguish between reality and intense imagination. By repeating this visualization every day, you begin to install new neural hardware. You are literally programming your brain for a new map of the future. Now, when you add a heightened emotion, such as anticipated gratitude, you emotionally teach the body to live as if it were already real. And this is where the scientific magic happens. You are conditioning the body for the future, and no longer for the past. According to quantum physics, it is the coherence between thought and emotion that generates the electromagnetic signal that the field responds to. Thinking one thing and feeling another is sending an incoherent signal, and reality remains the same. But when you think clearly and feel truthfully, the field responds. You leave the state of lack and enter the state of creation. And this is not theory. Studies with functional magnetic resonance imaging, SPECT, and cardiac measurements show how the practice of visualization with emotion directly affects biology, activating genes, regulating hormones, and influencing DNA expression. This is epigenetics in action. You are not the victim of your genetics, but the creator of your biology. So visualization, when done in the right way, isn't a daydream. It's a neurological rehearsal of the new me. And it's also a request to the universe, made in the language it understands: vibration. Now that you understand the mechanism, it's time to practice. You don't change what you attract just by wishing for it. You change by living the new you before it exists. And that takes practice. So here's a simple but profound plan that you can apply in your daily life to access the field of infinite possibilities and start co-creating your reality. Step 1. Consistently prepare your body and mind. Start the day with a short, conscious breath for 5 minutes, just to slow down the brain waves. Inhale deeply through your nose, counting to 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system and takes you out of survival mode. The body enters a state of creation. Step 2. Visualize the calm future as if it were now with your eyes closed. Imagine a specific scene from your new reality already happening. It could be you signing a contract, hugging someone who is healed, opening the door to your new home. Use all 5 senses. See colors, hear sounds, smell the environment, feel the texture of things, the warmth of the sun on your face, but most importantly, feel what you would feel if it were already true. Joy, gratitude, love. Let the emotion rise until your body begins to believe that you are actually experiencing it. You're teaching the body emotionally, and that's more powerful than 1,000 affirmations. Step 3. Reinforce with conscious affirmations. Now that your brain is open and the body is involved, use affirmations such as, I am abundant now. I am attracting people and opportunities aligned with my new self. I am healthy, full, and grateful for all that is coming. Speak with conviction, feeling every word. Affirmation without emotion is just noise. Emotion is what records. Step 4. Observation and correction during the day. Throughout the day, observe your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Are they in line with the new you that you visualized? If you find yourself reverting to the old self, complaining, worrying, acting out of fear, stop, breathe, remember. The game is to teach the body every day not to go back to the old self. Step 5. Night practice before going to sleep. Repeat the visualization, but now focusing on anticipated gratitude. Give thanks for something that hasn't happened yet, as if it already has. This sends the field a clear message. I believe. I already am. Do this for 7 days and watch. Your field begins to change. People, signs, coincidences, everything begins to respond to the new you. Take a deep breath. Yes, now. Feel what's alive inside you right now. Perhaps a spark of hope, perhaps a slight shiver of possibility. This is no coincidence. It's your soul recognizing the truth. You were born to create, not to repeat. The reality you live today is a reflection of the state of being you maintained yesterday. But here's the big twist. You can choose, at any time, to break the cycle and install a new pattern. You are not defined by your past, your history, your genetics, or your circumstances. These are just programs that you can rewrite. And do you know what the first line of that new code is? I choose. You choose to get off autopilot. You choose to stop reacting and start creating. You choose to stop living in the effect of problems and start acting as the cause of the solution. And that, my friend, changes absolutely everything. Because when you decide with clarity and intention to visualize a new future, to feel that future with your heart, and to teach your body to inhabit that state every day, you send a new signal to the quantum field. And the field, that invisible ocean of energy that connects all things, responds. And it responds with synchronicity, with opportunities, with new people. You begin to realize that you're not just living, you're co-creating with a greater intelligence, a universal mind that responds to your vibration. And it doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. That's why true transformation happens when you become what you want to attract. It's not about thinking positive thoughts for 5 minutes and then spending the whole day in fear, doubt, or complaining. It's about aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions with your new self, intentionally, consistently, and passionately. And do you know what happens when you live this way? The future that once seemed like a distant dream starts to come closer to you. You no longer have to chase after things. They come to you because you've become magnetic. So remember, you don't have to wait for anything to change before you change. Inside, the power is and always has been in your hands. And if this message has touched you, if it has ignited something inside your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment. Tell me what step you're going to take today. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because here, with each new piece of content, your consciousness expands a little more, and the new me draws closer. You are not alone. And I believe, and with every fiber of my being, that you are capable of manifesting a much greater reality than you imagine. Because you are not defined by your past. You are driven by the vision of your future.